Hey everybody, it's Tony and we are back in the kitchen with John, and today we're going to make a quick and easy breakfast recipe, especially for those of you who are always on the go. John, what are we making today?
Today we have egg white muffins today with red onions, Roma tomatoes, spinach, avocado and salsa on the side.
Yeah, so how did you learn about this recipe? How simple is it exactly?
This recipe is actually very simple. Another thing is you can kind of alter the ingredients if you want to. Personal preference, I don't have any dairy products or any meat today. I'm just doing strictly veggies, but if you wanted to do turkey, ham, sausage, extra cheese, you can kind of do it whatever you wanted to with this recipe. So.
All right, great, it sounds good. I can't wait to taste it in the end, so let's go ahead and get started.
Yes, sir. First thing I'm gonna do is grease my muffin pans. And this is just an olive oil spray. Next, we're gonna take our ingredients and kind of fill the cups up first. So I'm gonna take the spinach, put a little in each cup. And don't be stingy with the spinach. The spinach will wilt down. It might look like a lot at first, but it will wilt down and kind of fit the muffin cup the way it should. So now we're gonna add our Roma tomato. If you like tomatoes, again, you can adjust the ingredients as much as you want. If you're not a big tomato fan, obviously you don't have to put tomatoes in here. We're gonna add the red onion. And again, don't be stingy with your toppings in your muffin cups, because you don't want a muffin with just all egg in it. Me, I like toppings on my pizza and my omelets and my egg muffins, so I'm gonna load it up with toppings. And now we're gonna take our egg whites, liquid egg whites I already bought from the store. If you don't have this, you can actually use your whole eggs. If you know how to separate an egg white from the egg yolk, you can always do that for my culinarian friends. If not, you can buy it just like this. And we're just gonna fill each cup with the egg white, about 3/4 of the way. All right, now we're gonna do the most important part of this process, is actually seasoning the food. Personally, I hate when I taste food that's bland. It's always important to season all of your food. One pet peeve of mine is tasting something that's bland. You put all this hard work into something and it tastes like nothing. Nobody wants that, so we're gonna do some black pepper in there. So now I'm just taking the back end of a spoon, fork, knife, and actually stirring around the seasonings that we just added, just so it won't be on the top. It'll be evenly distributed throughout the whole muffin. And now we're gonna bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes, 350 degrees, and then we're gonna taste them. So now we have our egg white muffins out of the oven. They're actually cooling right now. One thing that I'm gonna add to my egg whites is gonna be fresh avocado. So I'm gonna go ahead and bust that open real quick for y'all. With an avocado, you have a heavy core in the middle of the avocado. So we're gonna take our knife and do one stroke around the whole avocado, and boom. So we're just making little slits through the avocado. Give mine a little squeeze. That's just the tip of the tray for me. And we're gonna take our spoon and just scoop out the inside of the avocado in slice form. All right. I'm gonna do a quick dice on my avocados just to make them a bit easier to eat. Now, if I was eating a burger and I wanted avocado on my burger, I would have left them sliced. But since this is not a burger, I'm dicing them up. All right, so now it's time to plate up. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the back of my spoon to actually get these muffins out. Now before we, it's very important to actually grease your pan before you put your eggs in there, simply because it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get the actual muffin out if you didn't do that. So, see how they just slip right out? And this is just a little plate up, you don't have to do it like this. So we have our spinach. I'm gonna take some salsa. I like the hot picante paste salsa. Again, salsa and avocados are gonna be, it's a personal preference. If you don't like salsa, obviously you don't have to put the salsa on there. But this is not your show. I like salsa, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna add some salsa in the front or in the middle of these muffins. And again, you don't have to be fancy plating up like this. I'm just doing this for y'all so we can have fun and rave about it. All right, so we got a hot sauce on there. I'm gonna add some avocados on top. And there you have it, folks. We got the egg white muffins with the salsa and fresh avocado. One good tip about this recipe is I can save all of these extra muffins for breakfast in the morning. If you don't have time to cook before work, you can always pop these in the bag, keep them refrigerated, and then pop them in the microwave before you leave for work in the morning.
All right, so basically it's time to eat, but before we dive in, talk a little bit about the egg whites versus the traditional egg with the egg yolk.
Okay, so the egg whites are calorie-free, cholesterol-free, fat-free. They're also very high in protein, so if you're on a strict diet plan, I would definitely recommend choosing the egg white over the actual egg yolk or whole eggs. Now, if you are not as health conscious as you should be, you can always use whole eggs, and it's just a personal preference, like we discussed earlier. So.
Great, well this is how you make egg white muffins, a simple, easy, and quick recipe, especially for those who are always on the go. So of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.